Hello everyone! Today we're reviewing a device specially positioned for working with Meshtastic. This channel has already mentioned devices supporting this open source project several times. For those unfamiliar, Meshtastic is a technology that allows you to exchange text messages and data, like GPS coordinates, over long distances without using cellular networks or the internet. It utilizes small, portable devices and radio modules that connect to form a mesh network. This means each device doesn't just send and receive its own messages, but also relays messages from other network participants, significantly increase the overall coverage range. It's a great option for areas with no regular mobile coverage, a backup channel for power outages, or an indispensable tool in a case of a zombie apocalypse, or say an invasion of creatures like in a Quiet Place movie, since communication happens via text, not voice. But alright, enough jokes. To make sure we always stay connected, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get started. Recently, the company Meshnology sent me their product for a review, called the N35. It's a kit for assembling a compact device for using Meshtastic. The device is based on a Heltec V3 development board. This main board is built specially for using LoRa and has everything needed to make a device mobile, namely a connector for charging and powering from 3.7-volt lithium batteries. This kit comes with a chunky 3000 mAh battery from Meshnology, which will take up most of the space inside the case. On the board, the main chip is the ESP32S3FN8, and there is CP2102 USB converter for flashing firmware and debugging. If it doesn't show up in a COM port on Windows when you connect it, just install the driver and it should work. On the back of the board, there is a 0.9-inch 128 by 64 pixel display. It seems small, however, I think you will be surprised to learn that it, along with just a single button, is enough to control a rather feature-rich interface. The display is firmly fixed to the board with an acrylic stand, and beneath it is the LoRa chip, the SX1262. Pay attention to an important detail. Here is an SMD resistor that visually indicates whether this board is intended for low frequencies or high frequencies, so be sure to check which frequencies are available for Meshtastic in your region. Resoldering this resistor in case of a mistake won't change anything, as it's only an indicator of the frequencies the board was made for. Now that we've looked at the main part of the device, let's see what else is included in the kit. Here we have a 3D printed case. It seems to have a full infill and it's quite sturdy. There is a special rocker that acts as a buttons, and you can't insert it incorrectly. One hole is square, the other is round. The case has a hole for antenna connector, and let's start the assembly with that. The case has a counterpart for the nut, so after screwing it in by hand, you can tighten it in further to prevent it from loosening when installing the antenna. Next, connect the antenna to the IPX connector on the main board. Before securing the board in place, you need to insert the button rocker. We stick the battery to the back cover to prevent dangle and connect it to the board's special connector. After that, insert the square nuts into their slots and tighten the screws. That's it, the device is fully assembled. Now let's figure out how to install the Meshtastic on it. And it's very simple. Get a Type-C cable and go to the Google, search for Meshtastic Flasher. Find the button to select the board type and look for Heltec V3 or V4. Connect our node to the PC and flash it directly through the browser. After the download is complete, we get the following. By default, it wants to connect via Bluetooth. Let's do that. Enter the password displayed on the screen, and the remaining settings will be done in the app. The most important thing is to select the region and the transmission type. For a relatively long-range mode, I chose long-slow. I configure the second node in exactly the same way, and that's it, we can communicate. Through the app, you can additionally configure the Wi-Fi network the node should connect to. In my opinion, this is the most convenient way to manage it from a PC. After connecting to a Wi-Fi, you don't even need to check your router. The network IP will be displayed on the screen, and once Wi-Fi is enabled, just go to the browser and enter this address using HTTPS protocol. The browser will complain, and we'll need to make an exception for this site so the page opens normally in the future. The small display shows an interface for navigation, which we control using the round button. The square button reboots the device, and I'm amazed that navigation on such a small display with just one button is quite a convenient process. A short press selects the next element, and the long press confirms the selection. Here you can see information about the network, received messages, you can reboot and shut down the device. Also, if you solder a GPS module to the board, it will allow you to transmit your location to other nodes. Our Meshtastic gadget will receive and send messages over the LoRa network, but for convenient input and output, additional devices are needed. And here the choice is unlimited. You can install the app on the Android smartphone, Apple smartphones or a PC. Well, I've now go out to the balcony, I've hung one node here, and I myself will go way over there. The distance here is about 3 kilometers. Let's test it in a line of sight scenario. Will the signal get through? So I arrived from the balcony to what we saw particularly on the horizon, to the other side, the maximum distance point we could see without obstacles. Let's write hello, and the message was delivered. It takes a very long time to send. I specially set this mode for maximum communication range, so that's how it works. I checked the distance shown by a GPS on my phone, and it was exactly 3 kilometers. For such a low power transmitter without intermediate nodes, this is an excellent result. Furthermore, it also depends on the permitted transmission power in your region. In an open area without interference, the result would be much better. Okay, in the end we have a convenient assembly kit for everything you need. It would be cool in future versions had a waterproof case, so you wouldn't have to worry about weather conditions. But I think even for a kit like this, many people will find use cases for it. If you've watched this video to the end, leave your ideas in the comments. Also, please subscribe. And that's all for me today, so see you soon in the next video.